Yo, what is up guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another video here today. Here to talk about Bwipo, who had been confirmed to be parting ways with Fnatic, an organization he had played for 4 years exactly, making multiple world championship appearances, and he actually won 2 titles in 2018 with Fnatic actually. And there was also rumors that Alphari will be joining Perks on Team Vitality in 2022, and that perfectly leaves a top lane position open at Team Liquid. LEC Wulo tweets, sources, Bwipo has reached a verbal agreement with Team Liquid, who he will play for next year. He is also role swapping back to top lane. So I always pretty much knew that when he role swapped to jungle for the LEC 2021 summer split, that wasn't going to be permanent. They just needed a change on the roster, and it really only made sense that Bwipo was going to role swap to playing jungle because they wanted to bring up Adam from the ERL system actually, and it worked out well for Fnatic. They ended up finishing top 3, overall for the LEC 2021 summer split, and they made it to the League of Legends 2021 World Championship, but they did really bad in the group stage because of the circumstances surrounding upset actually. And now that Bwipo is finally moving on from Fnatic, it's going to be pretty interesting to see, how he is going to look away from Fnatic, because you also have to look at it from Team Liquid's point of view as well. Alphari was a really good top laner, obviously, for Team Liquid, but there could be some things that Alphari just doesn't really offer. Maybe he's not as communicative, and really, like, if Alphari isn't really ahead, he doesn't really actually do anything. I've seen Bwipo get ahead and be useful. I have seen Bwipo also get behind and be very useful in the games that he's been actually playing. When Alphari gets ahead, he just pretty much takes over a game, given which champion he's actually on during the games he'll play respectively. But when he's behind and he doesn't really get ahead, he doesn't really do anything, Also, if you look at the World's 2021 group stage, when he played up against, top laners like Rascal, Ale, and Armut, I mean, literally just outside of defeating Armut, he struggled against Rascal, he struggled against Ale, he even got solo killed by Rascal in one of the games against Genji, which was the tiebreaker game when he was playing Jace, actually, and he got completely outplayed, and also you have to kind of factor in, there was a lot of internal issues going on with Team Liquid, this year in terms of, coaching and, just how the roster was working out. They benched Alphari, so it only really made sense that they would actually move on, from Alphari, and I know a lot of people say, but don't these players sign like contracts of like, up to like 2 to 3 years? None of that really matters though. Organizations can just buy out contracts, they can get traded, they could not even have a buyout clause. So just whenever there are contracts up for up until 2 to 3 years, just never really take that as like super serious, because things can always nullify that. Contract gets traded, as in terms of they get bought out, swapped, they just pretty much get nulled. It's always more or less so in favor of the organization, just in case something like this happens, where you plan out your roster for a year, and then the players that you want you get, and then if you also plan for just in case this doesn't work out and the player wants to move on from your organization, you'll have clauses that'll say, okay, this can happen pretty much as a failsafe, just in case the roster doesn't obviously work. And Bwipo, we know, was a huge factor, to Fnatic's success, actually. So, without having Bwipo there anymore on Fnatic, that's going to be something as well to really talk about, because a lot of Fnatic's success really did come from Bwipo, during, this year, and I think a lot about how there's a lot of games that Fnatic played within these past couple of years, in finals against G2, and a lot of the clutch playoff games that Bwipo was a part of. I know a lot of people gave him flack for his weird coin flippy playstyle, but I think, is that something that's going to be super beneficial to Team Liquid? Just depends on which roster they have though, because if the rumors pan out, they'll have Bwipo, Bjergsen, and Core JJ. Sounds like a pretty good roster right there. with Bjergsen, I know a lot of people right now are like extremely hyping them up, but Bjergsen hasn't played for an entire year competitively, you know, so that's also something to talk about later on when we have like all the rosters pretty much figured out, you know. I'm still not really too sure about if Jensen is going to be playing ADC for Team Liquid. That's, you know, I've already given my thoughts about that. I think that's actually pretty fucking stupid. I think it's better for the LCS as a whole if Jensen is on another team competing as a mid laner, you know, because I think at the end of the year, when it comes to the end of 2022, you know, I personally think he'll just role swap back to mid lane. Happened with Perch when he role swapped, he ended up going back to mid lane ultimately toward the end. But factoring in the impact of Bwipo on Team Liquid, you know, you're pretty much just gonna have to wait until the rest of the roster obviously gets figured out. We know, like, if Team Liquid needs a shot caller of some sorts to help out with, like, early game communication or, like, to play towards a strength of a lane, Bwipo would obviously do that, though. You know, I always look at Bwipo as more of a better version of what Licorice was for Cloud9, although, you know, back when Licorice was, like, the best top laner in the LCS, actually. So, you know, if you guys are fans of Fnatic, Team Liquid, or Bwipo, actually, you know, please let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about Bwipo potentially joining Team Liquid? As I've always said, you know, when I do these rumor videos, make sure to factor this in. Nothing is concrete until it is in writing. The other things that were always posted as, like, you know, when I said confirmed, well, it's from a super credible source where if this person pretty much says it's done, it's a done deal. So that's the factors in if you guys are kind of new to this. So people like LEC Willow and the other guy that I always pretty much use, Applehead123, that's a really cool guy. You know, dude, these are all just rumors, but then there are people like Pablo and Jacob Wolf. If Pablo and Jacob Wolf posted from .esports, it's pretty much a confirmed done deal. That's why when I put in the title confirmed, I myself know that shit is done, you know? But with other people, I gotta give it a little bit more time, you know, to really, you know, assess all their rumors and stuff like that. And remember, these guys like LEC Willow and Applehead123 always make sure they preference rumors. It's a rumor. Now, if it's confirmed, I will put in the title confirmed. You know, when it was confirmed that Bwipo was moving away from Fnatic, you wouldn't be hearing about this if he was confirmed to stay on Fnatic. You see my point, though? I'll just reiterate it again for, like, if you're new to this. If Bwipo was confirmed to stay on Fnatic, you wouldn't have rumors like this of him coming out joining another organization, right? And Pablo and Jacob Wolf work for .esports, and they are super credible. Most things Jacob Wolf always posts always come true. There's like one thing he's posted, like I think in his long list of, you know, roster leaks, where they hasn't come true. You know, happens all the time. I know a lot of people say, I'll wait for the organization to announce it. Sure, you can do that. You can do that. Or you can just accept facts that Fnatic will have a different team going into 2022. But yeah, guys, just want to make sure I clear that up. I have more rumor videos coming for you guys. I will see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys later. Deuces. I'm out this thing, man. Peace.